Warrior, let us talk about the Darién Gap. Do not change the dial. Do not turn this off. But first of all, let's get the housework out of the way. The housework would be you need to subscribe to our Warriors channel, hit the little bell so you will be notified, hit the like button, help us out because we need to build community. After all, our hashtag at the Warriors is community creates change. I/we want to educate all of you about topics you may not hear a lot about to share within your own circles, your family, your friends. But I want to tell you about this Darién Gap. I just walked in from the rough streets of New York City, having been out all day long since early this morning. It is now early evening here. And as I was walking from meeting to meeting, I was doing, as usual, a lot of thinking. I do my best thinking actually when I'm walking around the city. And taking in the sights and looking at the people and what's going on. First of all, it is crowded beyond belief on the streets, day and night now, which I'm going to take that. I will not be annoyed. I will take that as a good sign for the economy, people buying food, people out and about. I'm just going to take it as a good sign. Now, I digress. Our government or whoever these people are, very easy. They should be emptying all the garbage cans, sweeping all the streets, planting some more flowers, sprucing the place up a little bit. But let's put that aside. I believe that'll come. Darién Gap. I come home to a slew every day of email alerts, PR, media alerts, all kinds of things. And I'm going to put my glasses on for this one because I want to make sure. I just came immediately and sat down here at the computer because I wanted to share this with you. I call BS on the Biden administration and their talk today about the Darién Gap because the Warriors, we have been talking about the Darién Gap for a long time. Now, follow along here. First of all, do you know what the Darién Gap is? You have to know what it is. It is a geographic region that connects the American continent, stretching across southern Panama's Darién province and the northern portion of Colombia's Choco department. Consisting of a large watershed, dense rainforest, and mountains, it is known as one of the most inhospitable, most dangerous areas in the world, nevertheless, as the only land bridge between North and South America. Again, the only land bridge between North and South America. And has historically served as a major route for humans. Get it? Humans. We're talking human trafficking right now. We have known about this forever. It is an area that is so fraught with, besides this one bridge, it is thick brush. It says rainforest. I mean, so many people have been trafficked, smuggled through those areas, trafficked to come to the United States. And who do you think is running the trafficking? The cartels. Now, many people have died along this route. Many dead bodies are lining the route. I have heard this forever. And I have always said, why isn't this Darién Gap, if we know about it, why aren't we shutting it down, closing it off, stopping it? Again, the cartels. In my opinion, the cartels are working hand in hand with the American government, complicit together in the biggest human trafficking operation around the globe. But don't let me get sidetracked. Now, let's get into this press release that was sent to me as I walked in the door and just saw this. And I said, let me go straight to the computer and share this with you because it is unbelievable. And Biden administration targets human trafficking cartels in the Darién Gap. Now, come on. Do they think we're that stupid? The election is coming up. And all of a sudden they're talking about human trafficking. They're putting out executive orders about closing the border, stopping the border, something on the border, whatever they're talking about on the border. From the experts and our sources here at the Warriors we deal with, they said it means a lot of nothing. It's not stopping anything. And by the way, when they put out the stats about, it's dropping in Texas, this illegal immigration in Arizona, well, guess what? It's all in San Diego right now. The bulk of it, over 70%. I don't know what mainstream media tells you because I don't listen to it, and neither should you. But besides that, because San Diego is basically, come on in. There's really nothing. Just walk on in. So when they put out the stats again about Texas, oh, we're doing so great. By the way, Texas takes care, they're trying to take care of their own without the government help. Arizona, we're not hearing too much about Arizona these days. We do know San Diego is the hotbed right now. But again, I get back to this border Biden crime or Biden border crime. I've got to call it that because under this administration, this is so criminal being inflicted upon these poor people. For the most part, the majority trying to come here for a better way of life, and our poor people, where this is inflicted upon us to take in these people. I'm seeing them on the streets in New York. I'm seeing them all over. Okay, so let me stick to the, because it's very upsetting, all this stuff. This PR release I got today. Biden administration targets human trafficking cartels in Darién Gap. The Biden administration is expanding efforts to stop human trafficking through the remote Darién Gap in Colombia and Panama, and is offering rewards for information on cartel leaders. During a call with reporters on Tuesday, senior officials with the Departments of Justice, Homeland Security, and State said the remote jungles of the Darién Gap will now be the target zone to stop the smuggling north of migrants as part of an operation known as Joint Task Force Alpha. JTFA. This comes as President Joe Biden said last week he issued an executive order that greatly limits asylum claims on the southwest border. Border Report, which is what I got this press release from and I'm reading, asked how this new expansion of JTFA will pair the new asylum policies at the border and what their outcome expectations might be. A joint task force is focused on the law at an enterprise organizational level, taking down targeting and leadership of the networks and organizations. A senior Department of Justice official said, I can't really go on because I don't know what to call this. A lot of nothing. I'll call it a lot of zero. That's my opinion. I want you to think about all the dead children that are lining the Darién Gap, the women and girls raped along the way, boys and men too, primarily women and girls though. All the mothers who dropped dead and sent their children anyway with others along the Darién Gap. These are people not dressed properly, backpacks on their backs, fainting. And now we get this pre-election. I hope everyone can see through this. I hope even the biggest fans of the current administration, I hope some of them can wake up. We cannot have 4 more years of this. I am sorry. I try not to get political, but the border crisis, things were under control a couple of years ago, and day one, Joe Biden sat down and reversed a lot of policies that were working. Why would one do that? You see the mess in all our major cities. And remember, what do I always tell you here at the Warriors? If it's here right now, because I know a lot of you say, well, it's in your city, Lynn. You're in New York City. It's in Chicago. It's in LA. It's coming to your town or rural area soon. So buckle up. Community creates change. Thank you for listening. Please share these videos. Please like them. Please continue with all of your kind comments. And understand this is a lot of nothing. So all this border talk that's now beginning to seep out of Washington or wherever it's coming from is a big zero. Take it from me. Listen to us. Remember, each and every day, go out and be a warrior.